Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Imagine a 24-kilometer highway that slices through the sea, combining bridges, artificial islands, and a 5-kilometer underwater tunnel. This is the Shenzhen-Zhongshan Link, a masterpiece of daring engineering. Over 4,500 massive cargo ships pass through its shipping channels every day, yet traffic is never interrupted. Engineers didn't just build a bridge or a tunnel, they created a seamless connection beneath the waves. Steel, concrete, and precision engineering work together to conquer nature. This is more than infrastructure. It's the underwater highway that turns impossible into reality. Dalian Bay isn't friendly. Winters plunge to minus 22 degrees Celsius, threatening concrete curing. Yet China built its first cross-sea immersed tube tunnel in the freezing north. 3 kilometers of massive concrete boxes. Each immersed tube section is 165 meters long, 46 meters wide, and 10.6 meters high. If stood upright, it would be equivalent to a 55-meter tall building. Engineers floated them into place, sank them into the seabed trench, and pumped out the water to form a continuous roadway. This is not just construction. This is a battle with the elements, solved with innovation, precision, and relentless speed. An hour-long detour, now just 5 minutes through the tunnel. And just when you think that's unbelievable, China goes even deeper. 78 meters beneath the sea, under crushing water pressure, engineers are now boring a tunnel for high-speed trains at full speed. Meet the Gintang undersea tunnel, 16 kilometers long, with 11 kilometers running nonstop beneath the seabed. This is no longer transportation. This is humanity drilling straight through the planet. Every segment must withstand 7.8 atmospheres of pressure. One mistake could be catastrophic. 2 gigantic tunnel-boring machines, guided by lasers and satellites, carved through rock with millimeter precision. This is not just a tunnel. It's humanity rewriting the rules of engineering under the ocean. But China doesn't stop there, because the next tunnel isn't for trains at all. Welcome to the Yellow River Tunnel, the gigantic highway tube, not for rail, for cars, 17.5 meters in diameter, double-decker, 6 full lanes of non-stop traffic, rushing through the riverbed itself. China drilled through the Yellow River bed at record speed, 16 meters per day. The secret? A custom-built machine named Shanhe, devouring soft soil, installing concrete segments simultaneously. Incredible speed, extreme precision, and unfathomable scale. This tunnel transforms a massive river barrier into a 24/7 superhighway. This is the gigantic highway tube, where size, speed, and engineering collide. But China's engineering defiance of nature doesn't stop underground. Now, it goes vertical. Welcome to a battle between gravity and human ingenuity. The Three Gorges Dam ship lift, 3,000 tons, lifted 113 meters into the sky in just 40 minutes. No engines pushing it upward, only gravity, buoyancy, and pure mechanical genius. It's like stacking 30-story skyscrapers vertically and moving them in a single ride. Every mechanism is engineered to perfection. Every drop of water is harnessed. This is not a lock or a canal. This is the ultimate marriage of physics and human ingenuity. The ship lift shows what happens when you turn natural forces into precise engineering magic. But China didn't stop at lifting ships through mountains. Next, it lifted a bridge into the clouds, 625 meters above the river, nearly double the height of the Eiffel Tower. This is the Huajiang Grand Canyon Bridge. Steel and concrete stretch across a bottomless gorge in Guizhou, suspended in thin air, defying gravity, crosswinds, and raw geological chaos. Cars don't just cross a river here, they drive through the sky. This is not a bridge. This is a ribbon of steel stitched into the clouds. Engineers battled earthquakes, typhoons, and steep cliffs to create this sky ribbon. It's not just a bridge, it's a lifeline, transforming a dangerous mountain trek into a 2-minute drive. Every glance down is breathtaking. This is the sky ribbon, beauty and engineering fused. But the sky isn't finished yet. 3 megatowers rise into the clouds. The tallest one reaches 332 meters, higher than the Eiffel Tower. This is the Pingtang Bridge. From a distance, its structure bends light, shape, and perspective, forming a perfect halo in the mountains. They call it the cosmic eye. And it's not art, it's a bridge. Engineers had to stabilize foundations on karst limestone, navigate underground voids, and resist fierce winds. It's a bridge, yes, but also a piece of art. Functional, monumental, and visually hypnotic. The cosmic eye isn't just engineering, it's a vision turned reality. And just when you think bridge design can't get any crazier, China builds one that carries three worlds at once. High-speed rail, city traffic, and a full-scale expressway. This is the Changtai-Yangtze River Bridge, the triple transport monster, a single structure carrying three different transportation systems simultaneously. And with this 3-in-1 design, an 80-minute journey between cities is crushed down to just 20 minutes. 3 layers of motion, 1 unstoppable river crossing. This is not just a bridge, this is transportation stacked in 3 dimensions. Asymmetrical decks, diamond-shaped towers, and multi-load balancing, all engineered to perfection. It's not just a bridge, it's a transport revolution, connecting communities and rewriting regional mobility. This is the triple transport monster of the Yangtze. And just when you think China's bridges have reached their limit, it builds one that dares the open sea, 35.7 kilometers across the Hangzhou Bay, one of the longest sea-crossing bridges on Earth, directly exposed to the fiercest typhoons in China. This is the Hangzhou Bay Bridge. Here, hurricane-force winds slam into the structure, walls of seawater crash against it day after day. So engineers turn the bridge itself into a living structure. The massive concrete piers are designed to withstand hurricane-level waves. And the bridge deck? It doesn't fight the storm, it flexes with it, absorbing the violence of wind and water like a living spine. This isn't just concrete and steel anymore. This is engineering that bends, breathes, and survives the ocean. And when the sea itself becomes the battlefield, China doesn't retreat, it builds power stations on the water. Hainan Offshore Wind Farm. Hundreds of floating turbines rising from the South China Sea, some towering over 200 meters tall. These aren't just windmills, they're power factories, generating electricity for millions of homes. Engineers battled super typhoons, crushing deep-sea currents, and the relentless corrosion of salt water to anchor these modern leviathans. This is renewable energy on a scale that feels impossible, but China did it. The ocean turbines show what happens when energy, scale, and daring collide. And from the open sea, the challenge shifts to something even more vertical. Chongqing monorail. Suspended over steep canyons and threading through dense city streets, this monorail climbs hills at impossible angles. Curves, tunnels, and bridges twist through the skyline like a steel roller coaster. Every day, it carries hundreds of thousands of passengers, connecting neighborhoods where roads could never exist. The mountain climber proves that urban mobility can defy gravity, terrain, and expectation. And just when you think engineering can't climb any higher, it goes into the sky itself. Tibet Nari Airport, the sky-high runway. At 4,274 meters above sea level, Nari Airport is one of the highest airports on Earth. Engineers fought extreme altitude, freezing temperatures, and thin oxygen-starved air to lay a runway capable of handling full-size jet aircraft. Up here, engines lose power, human lungs struggle to breathe, and every single takeoff becomes a precision duel with physics. This is more than an airport. This is where engineering reaches into the clouds. The sky-high runway stretches human possibility to its absolute limit. And while some of China's boldest engineering reaches upward into the sky, another silent giant is being laid deep beneath the ocean. Under the South China Sea, a massive subsea fiber optic cable stretches hundreds of kilometers, connecting millions of users to the digital world in milliseconds. No planes, no bridges, just pure information, racing through the darkness at nearly the speed of light. China didn't stop there. It built mega data centers alongside it, each the size of a skyscraper, packed with servers, cooling systems, and AI infrastructure. This is where the internet meets engineering on a planetary scale. Every email, every video call, every online game could pass through this cable. It's not just infrastructure, it's the digital nervous system of a nation, built like a sci-fi fortress under the ocean. The internet backbone proves that China doesn't just connect cities, it connects the future. And there you have it, China's most insane jaw-dropping mega projects, each one bigger, faster, or wilder than anything you've ever imagined. From tunnels under the ocean to bridges that defy gravity, from airports that feel like spaceships to entire cities built from scratch, from energy grids that light up nations to robots running the world's biggest ports. These aren't just feats of engineering, they are a statement, a reminder that when humans push the limits, the impossible becomes reality. So the next time you think a project is too big, too crazy, or too dangerous, remember this: somewhere in China, engineers are already building it, bigger, faster, and more precise than anyone thought possible. If this blew your mind, smash that like button, subscribe for more insane engineering, and drop a comment. Which one of these mega projects would you want to see in person? Thanks for watching, and remember, the world is way bigger, faster, and wilder than you think. See you next video.